So Isozign, is an isometric design creator. If you're not familiar with isometric design, it's like a 2D design essentially that looks like 3D. It's usually a top view, like the image you can see on the right here, and it's kind of a unique look. And I believe that Isozign, at the time we created it a couple years ago, was the only isometric design software on the market. I'm pretty sure it still is. So it's a pretty unique proposition. Obviously, with AI nowadays, you can achieve pretty good results. But if you want something a bit more personalized, then Isozign is a good solution. One tip I have with Isozign is if you can, try to plan out your scene before building in Isozign, because it's the kind of platform where, if you don't know what you're building, what you want to build, then you quickly are going to get confused, and you won't be able to really move forward without a plan. So I'm going to show you what I mean in a second, but yeah, my quick tip here is to plan a bit in advance what you want to do with Isozign before getting into the software. Because if you try to plan it as you're building, then you might struggle with that. Or you can use templates as a starting point. All right, so let's get in the demo for Isozign. So you can find Isozign in the design dashboard somewhere on the page. It's right here, isometric designs. So the way it works, and we're going to start with templates first so that you can see, how it behaves. So we have a bunch of templates here for various industries. There's actually lots of templates here, from childcare to like a cleaner. These are mostly like professional related template. This is a coffee shop. We have the dog walker here. We have a freelancer here, and so on and so forth. So I highly recommend you have a look at the templates because there's probably something for you there that would work in your industry. So let's start with the freelancer here. So basically, what happens when I click on a template is that it loads different assets on the screen. So you can see all of these are separate assets: the table, the mug here, the laptop, all the floating icons. And all these assets you can find in the graphics library, which you see here on the left of Isozign. So meaning that anything that's done within the templates, you can recreate it essentially using the graphics assets. Like none of these assets are not in the graphics library. So then the way you want to use it. So again, you might want to plan your scene, like what are you trying to achieve? Do you want to do a visual for an e-commerce shop, or for a SEO agency in this case, or social media management? You need to think ahead like what you really want to create, because again, otherwise it's pretty hard to start from a blank slate with this platform. Or you can start with a template. Then the second tip I would give you is to make sure you customize a few of the colors, like a few core colors to match your brand. So you can see, for instance, this mat here, this yoga mat. Let's say I wanted to make it match kind of the design colors, which are kind of like light blue and pink. I can do that here. Okay, so you want to make sure to include your accent colors in a few different places on the canvas here. Okay, so for instance, I can do something like that, and already it looks a bit more like my brand. Okay, so I'll probably do that here as well. Do that one here. So that's the first thing you want to make sure of, is to have your logo color or your primary color kind of show up in the design to make it a bit more personal, because otherwise it's not really gonna represent what your business is. So yeah, always make sure to add some color customization. So again, you can start from a template or you can start from scratch if you know what you're gonna build. So you can go through the categories here. So we have all kinds of different categories and assets that you can use. I'm just going to go through a few of them here. So for instance, for this personal trainer, I could have like a client here. It's probably not the best image. Let's see if I can find something else in that vein. Yeah, there's some more training images here. So like you can do things like this and kind of play around with the visuals which are available. And again, you can always customize the colors to match your brand. And so you can add any graphics, any shapes that you see here by simply clicking on it. It will get added to the canvas here. And then when you're happy with it, you can click on download. It will download a transparent background version of it. Next to it here, there is a grid. So this can help you to align elements. So you can see here, I'm aligning to this grid here. And what you can also do, you have various settings here at the top. So you can delete an element, you can duplicate it, you can move to front, move to back. Okay, that's good to know. And then if you go to the backgrounds tab here, so you have graphics templates. Let's go to another template, this affiliate marketer templates. And then you have backgrounds. So you can apply like wavy backgrounds to go with your visual. Okay, so that's how you can do that. You don't have to apply the backgrounds, but you can do so if you want to make your design a bit more interesting. And these visuals are typically really good for landing pages as well. We've used a few of them for landing pages or for social media visuals. And so that's what Isozign does. It makes it easy to create isometric graphic. So check it out. It's in design.